Hey everybody, glad to see you this morning. What's going on? Looks like a nice big bunch of people. Dan, Kimberly here in the chat. Mahalo, Michael, Everett, Valerie, Sven, Larry, Arturo, David, Ed, Maurizio, George, Infinity. Glad to see everybody. Welcome. PPI is out. The market reacting pretty positively this morning. Can we break out? Hopefully, maybe. If we're living right, maybe we will break out higher. I'd love it. Love to see it. Yeah. So let's start talking about it, shall we? Good morning, Donald, Craig. Disclaimer: all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. I mean, you can lose money doing this. You can lose money on the upside. You can lose money on the downside. You can lose money when we sit sideways. Past performance of anything, me, the market, any system, not necessarily indicative of future results. I may never get another thing right again. Let's be honest. This presentation, informational, educational, fun, entertainment, and is not a recommendation to buy or sell anything, financial instrument or otherwise. No products, no alert services, no nothing. If you don't trust people, don't buy it. Make sure you believe in it. If you want to spend time with me, though, I have a link down below. It's like $5. You can get in Discord and join me and chat and learn some stuff. So if you desire personal financial advice, you got to hire and consult a financial advisor. Has a fiduciary duty to take care of you. Hey, Goose, morning. Morning, everybody. Morning, Jason. Morning. If you want to chat with me like all these fine folks, right over here where the monster can, pull it back over, where this delicious peach monster can is sitting right down there. Click the little green square, be a subscriber. A few seconds later, you can chat on the stream just like everybody else. If I'm no longer live, you're going to have to leave a comment down below. And yeah, so there you go. Let's pop over and S&P. S&P. Disconnected once again. Showing a little indecision yesterday. We didn't go lower. We didn't go higher. Sat right there. Now, funny thing about expiration week. This is like a triple witching. Some say quad witching. I don't know. It depends on which way what you count is expiring. It is the end of, the monthlies are expiring, the weeklies are expiring, the quarterlies are expiring. There's a lot of stuff expiring. We even have the futures expiring all this week. I look at a lot of stuff expiring. Now, the Wednesday, before OPEX, most big funds have it written in their prospectus that they're going to, if they deal in any kind of quarterly, monthly, any kind of option like that, the Wednesday before the expiration is when they have to take action. Like they usually start on Monday, they get it all finished up by Wednesday, and then that leaves Thursday and Friday for people like us, the retailers, to go nuts and do chaotic things in the market. So if you're counting on, these guys have all got to, move their position on the expiration day. No, they do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And that may have been what we saw happening so far this week, why it was kind of muted. And everything could be unclinched at this point. Like we could be wide open for whatever is about to happen today. Looks like pretty nice candle on ES. Potentially going to break out higher here. Even though this is the rollover, we're getting above this. Looking pretty strong. We could break out. Now, the key levels, circle back to the S&P. We've got to get above this high. And we got to do so. At this point, we need to make sure it's not an echo. All right, so we've got this move up. Pull it over here. That makes the key level, the key level, right in here. Pull it down right like this. Got to get above that zone right there. What would be an echo of that first move up, second move up, but it's still a lower high. Get above that, break above this high. We've tipped the scales. It's going up. So there's a possibility. We thread the needle. That was what I was talking about yesterday. There's a possibility, or maybe it's 2 days ago, possibility that the bulls can thread the needle here. It's going to take some careful price action. If we misstep, if we turn down at like this 4,500, 4,505 level, anything below here on the daily close, this is just daily closes, not just a spike up. Daily closes, we can tip the scale right back down to going lower. So it's like a coin flip zone. We could see a breakout higher. We could ram this thing right down in the abyss. You see we're losing a couple points there as we get near the open. Open coming up in 10 minutes. So we'll circle back to the live S&P chart here in a few minutes after we actually get the open. But looking strong so far. We'll see what we actually get. Now that ES, this one right here, expiring. Not much life left on this one. Not much. Be careful. We don't have much time left on this one. All right, this one have to get all the way up here at 45.46. This is the September contract that expires. Basically, today's the last day, I think. I think it expires at the open tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So be careful. Now, make sure if you're trading futures at all, make sure you're moving over to the Z contract. All right. It may go till Friday, but this week's it for ESU. September, done this week. No more after this week. We'll be on December, which is ESZ. ESZ 2023, right there. You can see we're not quite at the highs. Pushing this high, not quite up here on the Z contract. And ES1 is the constant contract, and it had the rollover. It went from the U contract here to the Z contract here. That's what the gap is. All right. Once we get a week or two past this, this gap will be no issue anymore. So, hey, Rungamer, glad to have you. Billy, Don, Alan, Ben, glad to have everybody. Good to see you this morning. Anybody got questions? Just stop me along the way. I will definitely circle back. All right, in queue. Yeah, looking pretty good actually. This looks more bullish than it is. Kind of a diagonal situation on Elliott wave count at this point until we resolve this a little bit. This move up and this dip right here overlap that. Could be a leading diagonal. Could lead to a deep retrace. That would kind of fit with the seasonality. We'll see. Maybe like, JT, what the heck are you talking about, the seasonality? Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. If I can find that chart for seasonality. If I left it up or if I closed it like a chump. Let's see where one of these charts is not like the others. Dang it. I can go to Discord and pull it up. Hold on. Give me a second. If I can even find Discord. Sometimes Windows just rearranges all my tabs. I don't even know. Let's see. Stuff for videos and bookmarks and volatility seasonality. That's the one I want to talk about. So this is volatility. Volatility usually spikes when the market drops. So let's check this out right here. If we look at September, you should get a little flash and a rally. So did we get the flash already, even though it was muted, and then we're doing the rally, or are we doing something different? So this is on the S&P, and I actually have the NASDAQ that I could pull up also. We pull this up right here, pop this over, and zoom this one up. Oh, helps if I'm on the right screen, not on the wrong screen. Yeah, I just messed that up over there. Awesome. Love it. All right. September usually sees NASDAQ rally and then drop back and end up lower than when we started the month. This is 20-year average rolling through last year, December 2022. Rally up, come right back down. Is that what we're going to do? So time's going to tell here. Rally up. We could end up lower than where we started September. We're rallying a little bit. We could end up right back in the zone or even down here. Just be cautious, all right? Nothing's proven until we actually start breaking out. We got some work to do. It would be beautiful. This could rally up. It could make a retest the high and then retrace it. So be careful. But coming up in October, look at this. October, November, December. That's usually a nice bullish run in tech. Now, it doesn't always happen. I mean, last year, look, October, September, down in the doldrums, we saw a little pop into November and then a right back down into December. So we didn't really go anywhere. We had a little rally and then we took it right back. So this thing doesn't have to necessarily pop out according to seasonality. But, we look over here, we had October, November, December, right up into the ties. And we go back another year, October, November, December, rally strong. That just happens to be what we do. Last 3 months of the year, we typically rally. That's usually pretty strong for big tech. We'll see what happens this year. I'm not saying we are, not saying we aren't. I'll keep you posted as we move along. All right. Russell, still possibly working on that head and shoulders. This is very concerning to me. We popped up. We could take it all back. And if we break the neckline on the bottom side, it takes us way down there. All right, 1750 area. And it's just the head to the neck, projected right off the bottom there. Big downside potential. Now, if we can break above this high right here, 1930, that sets us up for 21 to 2200. Big target up there. So that's a small downside compared to a very sizable upside if we start breaking higher. Oil, right up to the target, 89.76. I'm already off the UCO. We may get a pullback here. That would be expected, but of course we could just ramp right up to that 94 target up there. I went ahead and booked my profit. I didn't feel like gambling. I had like $2,000 profit on that little position I took, like 4 contracts. So I booked it out and just wait for the next high probability setup. I mean, that was beautiful right there. We broke above and just ramped it right out. Beautiful, beautiful move. Time to wait. Hardest thing to do is to wait for the next one. Don't grab little positions waiting for the next, trying to anticipate the next move. Wait for the next high probability setup. You wait for the next high probability setup, you get paid for waiting. All right. I like to get paid for waiting, so I definitely put some weight on some of these when it's a beautiful setup. GC, pushing the bottom of that triangle thing, that watermelon seed squeeze. If we break down below it, break below this low from back here in June. I was going to say July, June. Break below that June low, probably heading down here. This 1830, possibly as low as like 1750 area. I mean, be careful right now. Be careful, be careful. Now, one of the typical things that happens here, we typically will go the distance either to the downside, which would put it right at that target, or, whoop, that wasn't it. That wasn't cool. Or to the upside if we break upside. So I figure it takes a little while to get up there. Break up, 2000, break down, 1800. That's gold right now. It mucked that pattern right the fudge up, unfortunately. Hate to see that stuff, but it was such a beautiful pattern. There's the market. Market's open. S&P popping up. Nice potential. We got to get above that resistance. Got to get through that zone from 4,500 up to 4,520, probably 4,525. We get up in the 4,525 area. We're probably coming up here to 4,570, maybe 4,600, and setting up the bigger breakout that can take us up to the all-time high. Fingers crossed. I'm still bullish bias, even though the short term looks kind of mucky, and we could drop back to the roadmap line on the daily. Still bullish bias. Bitcoin, that's a nice candle right there. Definitely catching my attention. Getting alerts overnight that we were pushing this prior spike up high from a couple days back. We get above the roadmap line on the futures here. That's positive. And then if we get above the roadmap line on the spot market and clear this guy over here, clear this zone, this thing can rally right back up to 30,000, maybe as high as 35 right now before we get another pullback. I mean, it can go fast too. Look, I mean, we could do some of this. All right. Don't be caught surprised. This is looking very positive right now. And look, this will be three green days in a row for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ether, 3 green days in a row. More often than not, like 80% of the time, maybe 90% of the time, it kicks off about a 2-week rally. It doesn't have to be super strong, but it'll be a move up. Like 80-90% of the time. DXY, pushing higher again. Probably going for that. That's more than likely we're heading up here. That'd be my guess. There's UCO right there hitting my 36 target. Maybe I should have waited for 36. I booked it. There you go. 40 is the next upside target on UCO. MSTR. This one, if Bitcoin really breaks out, it's on the path. I've talked about this a few times lately. This one's making the morning movers, up 3%. Break above, super aggressive. Break back above 372. Little still super aggressive, but less super aggressive above 399, 400 area. More conservatively above this consolidation. I'll call it a consolidation area up here above 465. Probably taking us up to 526, maybe 600, and possibly all the way up here to like 800 area. Very positive right now on MSTR. Any of those spot Bitcoin ETFs get approved, watch out. Like, this thing can rip higher. FSLR making the mover up, but that's still looking pretty gnarly for an extension lower. 157 down there. I did have a question about, let me pull something out here for a second. Make sure that doesn't disclose my information. And throw it back in here. I had a question about how I pull up the list. Right here, this Market Chameleon is the pre-market tab on Market Chameleon. I usually come in here, refresh it, pop up and grab these movers for the day, the gainers and the decliners. Usually grab the several of these and several of these, make the list, and then anything else interesting that I've run across, pre-market or post-market, I'll usually throw that in the list too. And that's basically how the list is built. All right. So I had that question yesterday, didn't get to it. And hey, Sledge, good morning. Just want to throw that out there. Hey, Arthur, glad to see you too. CHRD, that one looks like it's volatile, but marching higher. That's kind of like echoes. See how these moves look? Almost the same, almost the same, almost the same, almost the same. That's echoes in the market. So CHRD, if you're in echo trades, that one looks like we're set up for another extension higher. I mean, look, it's been doing it for, it's a pretty beautiful pattern. The next extension probably somewhere right up around 170, 177. or 173, excuse me, 170, 173. Pretty nice, pretty nice. All right, Etsy has been in the toilet and looks like it's still going lower. That's just a little reprieve. That's a big red candle. Probably going to take it back to the lows in 45 area. Probably support down there. That's just that move up, that extension down, 45. Looks pretty gnarly. I mean, a little bit of support at that prior low. We pushed below that. I mean, we were below it, but if we, get more than 2 days below it, you look. Let me zoom back up, make a point. See how this was? It pushed down, but then we got 2 green days and a pop up. That's showing that there's buyers coming in right there. But if we push back below that, get more than just some green days in there, watch out below. We're probably going down to 45. Just flush that sucker right on down. PXD, got some energy hitting this morning. Although that's been kind of a little choppy sideways. I would venture to guess, well, that's starting to make one of these. Let's be honest here. I'm always looking for how I can be wrong or what the worst case scenario is. This looks like it can be a breakout and go higher, but that is working on a little head and shoulders there. And so the risk here is that we do this right back to the roadmap line. All right. Don't be careful. I mean, this is your money. It's not my money. Chasing patterns like this, don't get aggressively short. If we do this, this is a great place to pick it up. If we break out higher, target's up here. All right. Like, yeah, it has a target to go up here. But watch for that head and shoulders. It can take us right back to the roadmap line. That can set us up for that move. I would rather wait for this opportunity than to grab it and wait through that dip. Just me. All right. Just me. Rio. It doesn't have to do the dip. It can just break out. But I'd rather buy it on the breakout than wait through the retrace. Rio, back up with the roadmap line, but that's choppy and gappy and nasty. And why do you want to trade that? There's so much better stuff out there. PFSW, nice pop up. I mean, PFSW, whoever picked that ticker, I mean, that just makes me think of NSFW, not safe for work. I can't see that ticker and not see NSFW. If you're not familiar with that, just Google what NSFW means. Resistance right there. We're sitting right into it. Has the gap right there. That's probably just giant resistance and buyout. Yeah, makes sense. Small time players. So acquired by GXO Logistics. Yeah. So there's probably no play there then. Whatever the buyout price is, they don't have it listed on that article. BHP, just chopping sideways. Like 80% of the time, stocks just consolidate. So you're only looking for like 20% of, maybe 15, 20% of the stuff that's actually moving. Everything else is just consolidating or just drifting along with the market. And Baidu, sideways still. FNGU has the potential head and shoulders pattern. If that plays out, that's going to be pretty big. It looks like it might play out too. It'd be pretty big. Move up to 250. I might even buy a share or two just to see. I mean, that'd be pretty sweet just on shares. Be careful playing options. That's 3x leverage. 3x leverage cuts up both ways, and then you 10x the leverage with options. I mean, you're looking at 30x leverage. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. All right, don't don't do that stuff unless you know what you're doing. You can lose 30x. I mean, 30x leverage cuts both ways. If you buy an option, make sure you're okay with that option going to zero. CVX. Choppy. It's not my favorite looking. I mean, look at that. It's almost like static on the radio. Nothing clear right there at the moment. We're still well below resistance. So despite oil looking strong, there's a lot of oil stocks that just aren't very clean. ALNY, pharmaceutical, getting smacked. Visa, getting smacked. Probably coming back to the roadmap line. ALV, getting smacked. Probably coming back to the roadmap line. VTLE, back to the roadmap line. IE, back. It is back to the roadmap line. Doesn't have a ton of history either. That one. I wouldn't get that one until we fill that gap. Back above 15, go to 17, 18. RTX continues its march. Oh man, right down to 75. Below that, 67. That's Rayathon for you. HPQ. And Visa kind of has some echoes, but probably going back to the roadmap line. HPQ going in the toilet. This sure does look like we're going to come back to the lows. They should partner with NVIDIA and start selling machines to do AI work, apparently. I mean, they probably do, but, you know, that's definitely not the story of, like this guy. This guy's probably coming back to match the roadmap line at some point down here. Just kind of parked. It got uninteresting as NVIDIA has done kind of the same. Do expect a bigger retrace on NVIDIA at some point there. ASTI in the garbage. Another reverse split, 1 for 200. That's not bullish. I think this was on the list a couple days ago. Or, yeah, a couple days ago. 12th, Tuesday. Yeah, that would have been a couple days ago. This thing's probably going right on down the toilet. More than likely. I mean, you don't just consolidate your stock 1 for 200. You know, take everybody's 200 shares, and now you got 1. Yeah, you got 2,000 shares, now you got 10. Yeah. What? I mean, garbage. Hot garbage. Big old dumpster fire. Don't invest in stuff like this. It has to recover. No, that's yeah. HPE is enterprise software and stuff like that too. HPQ is going in the toilet. So. Watch out down below. Anyway, that's the list for today. That was it, pre-market. Wonder what they did to S5FI. Why it's red. That's weird. Can we get out of here? Retracing a little bit. Bias for the day. Remember, tomorrow we got consumer sentiment. I didn't even talk about the news because the news doesn't matter, but I just jumped into the charts. PPI came in this morning. Retracing. We may retrace this. Be careful. Not liking that. Not liking that. We could break down back below and extend lower. That's not... This is very dangerous right here. Still the levels. I mean, we're still inside. We still got to be above this up here. You know, ultimately above this 45.40 or below this right here. This low from Thursday. Right down here a week ago. 44.30. Get above or below. That kind of sets the direction. Otherwise, we're just consolidating sideways. And back to the roadmap line is the primary expectation if we're going to do that. You know, at one point or another, consolidating right in here can lead us to drop right down here. We want to get something flushed out of here. All right. Failure to go higher probably leads us to breaking down here and going down here. Need to, tell your friends. Everybody go buy the S&P. Let's go. All right. That's the bias for the day. News. Kind of go out of order. Circle back to the calendar. Refresh, enhance. And we had PPI coming in right there. Core PPI, 0.2. Core retail sales, 0.6. Came in nice. PPI month over month, 0.7. A little hot. Retail sales month over month, 0.6. And unemployment claims came in at 220. We have Empire State manufacturing tomorrow and preliminary consumer sentiment. So those are coming out tomorrow. And no, not SPXS. SPX. Like, buy SPX. Tell your friends, buy SPX, not SPXS. Go along the market. Let's get out of here. Let's go higher. I don't want to go down. How would I trade HUT? I would not touch HUT with anybody's money. They're doing a merger. Dangerous. They're going to do a reverse split. Dangerous. That's bearish. Don't buy HUT. I'd avoid that one like the plague. Have a great day, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel, same thing. So if you want to join me, make sure you're subscribed. Hit the monster. Over there, the other corner. Hit the button to subscribe. Hit the bell down below. Notifications when I go live. And come join me in Discord. Links in the description down below. It's like $5. Skip your coffee today. Skip your Starbucks. Buy a subscription. It'll probably benefit you more. Anyway. But don't buy stuff from gurus you don't trust. Make sure you trust me. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you later.